Hey everyone, it's time for this month's film highlights and I'm very excited about these 5 films. I think they're quite diverse, so hopefully there'll be something in here for everyone. And the first one is The Elephant Man. And I actually wasn't too familiar with the story of The Elephant Man until I watched Emma Thompson in The Tall Guy. And then I thought I need to see David Lynch's film, and it's incredible. If you've never heard of The Elephant Man, it's about a London-born man who basically is so severely deformed that people were scared of him and branded him all kind of weird names and made a bit of a showcase of him. True story, and it's very, very fascinating, and I think I want to have a look at it in more depth, and I really want to watch the film again, so it definitely gets my approval. Being a Vincent Price fan, I'm slowly working my way through his films. Bloodbath, The House of Death, is parodic to all horror films, but in a really funny way. There's this scene where they're chanting with candles in a church, and it is my favourite Vincent Price moment ever. But if you're like me and you're a fan of horror, but you kind of like films that make fun of that, and if you like Vincent Price, it's just hilarious. It's not scary, but there's death at every corner, and it's so imaginative and inventive, and I truly, truly loved it. Shallow Hal I didn't think I would like, but it was on a trilogy of DVDs that I had, so I thought I'd watch it. And it's actually brilliant. It's about this guy who's very superficial, and he only ever dates really attractive women. So he suddenly finds himself under a spell unbeknown to him where he can only see inner beauty. So even the most grotesque, to want for a better word, women look fantastic to him. So even if they look plain, they look beautiful. And he starts to date this woman who is morbidly obese, but he can only see her as this slim woman, and they get themselves into a lot of weird situations where she sits on a chair and it breaks and he can't understand why, because she's, to him, quite slender. And obviously there's a very strong message there. Don't judge a book by its cover. But I just thought it was hilarious, but it also touches on the subject quite delicately as well. It's very sensitively done, and I loved it. I thought it was really innovative and really quite colourful and very creative and very unexpected. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, I would watch it again. So the last 2 are a little bit gory. First we have From Hell, which is all about Jack the Ripper, and Johnny Depp is in this one. And I love him. It's very dark. I think you need to have an interest in Jack the Ripper. It's, you know, there's obviously a lot of murder of prostitutes and things. It's just a different way of looking at the story, and it's thought-provoking, and I liked it a lot. There's nothing about it that I think makes it different to any other telling of the Jack the Ripper story, apart from the fact that there's a lot of focus on the prostitutes themselves. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I lied, there are 2 more because I think I can squeeze another one into this video. So now, second last, we have Mary Riley, which is the story of Jekyll and Hyde told from the perspective of one of the housemaids. And honestly, I mean, I love the story of Jekyll and Hyde. I think Stephenson's got such a beautiful creation there. But because we have this different approach, we get to see different things, and we don't always get to see inside Jekyll's mind in the way we would do if it was told from Dr. Jekyll's perspective. And my favourite scene in the whole thing, I won't go into detail because I don't want to spoil it, but it's when we do get to see that transformation from Jekyll to Hyde and back. I think it's just creative, so beautiful, and I didn't have the highest of hopes for this film. It was amazing. Now, lastly, we have one which I didn't think was going to be a highlight. This is Don Juan DeMarco. Now, I have to say it's actually pronounced Don Juan in the film. That is actually not correct, because if it's based on Byron's Don Juan, which it is, it's very clearly based on Byron's, as you'll see if you watch the film, that's pronounced Don Juan. So that kind of really irritated me throughout the film, that they kept saying Don Juan, and I'm thinking, yes, historically Don Juan is accurate, but if you're basing it on Byron's, which you are, it's Don Juan. But I'm a Byron maniac, I'm going to have an issue with that. But, that aside, calm down, it's brilliant. It's all about a guy in the 20th century, played by Johnny Depp, who is convinced that he is Don Juan DeMarco, and he's, you know, attracts all the women, and he lived the life of this 17th century hero, and he has to go through psychiatric treatment to try and get the truth out of him. It's really different. It's not at all what I expected. I did not think there would be a 20th century element to this, and taking away the Don Juan and Don Juan debate aside, it was absolutely fantastic, and I truly loved it. So there was more Johnny Depp in that than I thought there was going to be, but we all love a bit of Johnny Depp. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions for any other films, please do let me know, as I love your recommendations, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye!